It's all about the money. I wish we just had more money. I can't tell you how many times I've heard many pastors say that very thing. The reality is ministry and money, they go hand in hand. Pastors often feel under the gun to generate more money to help fund more ministry initiatives. Most pastors aren't lacking vision as much as they are funding. There are some basic things churches and leaders can do that actually help foster the spirit of generosity. But at the same time, if they're poorly executed, can actually have a negative impact on generosity. Let me give you a few things to consider implementing when it comes to fostering the spirit of generosity. The first thing is simply have multiple giving venues. There are many statistics showing per member giving increases as churches offer more giving venues. What opportunities can churches provide? I recommend that all churches provide these 4 venues at a very minimum. First of all, taking the offering during the worship service. Second, online giving. Third, mailed offering envelopes to regular attenders. And also automatic deductions from member bank accounts. Consider 2 more options to implement: giving kiosks in the lobby or having small group ministries occasionally even take an offering. The second thing is be purposeful and meaningful with your vision and with your goals. People actually give more if they see the church has a goal. And that goal is a goal that's actually going to make a difference. Increasing total gifts by 10% isn't a meaningful goal, or it's not really a vision. People wonder what return their money is actually going to have. Giving 10% more to move the gospel forward in a specific zip code, that's a whole lot more meaningful. The third thing to consider implementing is just take time to teach on money. If you're leading, you will talk about money and stewardship. Jesus talked about it regularly and taught us money as a way to see our hearts. It is inexcusable as pastors and leaders to not talk and teach on the theology of stewardship. Consider using a new member orientation, even as another avenue to teach people about giving and how to give clear expectations when it comes to generosity. The fourth thing to consider implementing is just have a transparent financial system, specifically when it comes to the system of reporting the finances. There are people, and there will always be people in your church that care about the numbers. If people sense that pertinent financial information is being withheld or even miscommunicated, they tend to give less or even nothing at all. Well, that does not mean every financial statement provides endless details. It does indicate that church members have a very clear idea of how funds are given and how they're spent. A few things to consider. First of all, send out quarterly giving statements with details on where people are at in their yearly giving. Always have a letter that accompanies that statement. And in that letter, you want it to clearly spell out the vision of the church and specifically work at connecting the dots for people so that they see how their money is actually making an eternal difference. The next thing is at the end of each fiscal year, give a statement of the church report with enough detail about the current financial setting and goals for the coming year. The third piece of this is talk about money as much as possible from a positive viewpoint rather than from guilt or using fear as a motivator. The fifth thing to consider when it comes to implementing is provide opportunities for people to give to special projects. Some people, they're project people. Having specific goals will compel some to give in big ways. In your quarterly statements, consider sending a list of current needs, including everything from TVs to furniture, wall art, and even maybe a church van. You never know who might step up and actually fill a much needed hole. When it comes to generosity, the importance also lies in ourselves to make sure that we're living as an example of what a generous life looks like before our people.